Bad business ideas. It's time to pick just one. It's gonna be totally legal. We hope it won't hurt anyone. So come on, have some fun.
Yes, bad business ideas. You take the good, you take the bad, you take out the good, and there you have bad business ideas.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So, hotshot business coach here. I mean, you are.
Nice to meet you, sir.
No, not me.
Oh.
Not me. So for today's episode, what I thought would be fun to do is come up with some of the loser bad business ideas from past episodes and see what you could do with them.
Okay.
See if you could transform them. See if you can maybe think of a way that we could do them a little more effectively and make them
even worse
or better. I'm not sure exactly what makes for a loser bad business idea and how to improve it. So I don't know where we'll go with that. Shye, have you ever acted in a passive-aggressive manner?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay, great. Because it takes a lot of energy, right? Like remembering who you're mad at and remembering how to, you have to needle them in certain ways and not just confront them and say, hey, I have a problem with this. Well, what if we had a new app to take all that energy out of that and then the app would do the work for you?
Well, first of all, any new app is, right away, that's great.
Gold, yeah, because there's not enough out there.
It's too small a marketplace.
Well, let me tell you about
wide open.
Track and Ruin. So the issue that I have with most apps is because they stay sort of condensed in their own little area. You open the app and it just interacts with that one app.
Mm-hmm.
Where Track and Ruin is a little bit different is, let's say you have wronged me in some way. You took my parking space. You left your toenail clippings on my desk, something along those lines, something that doesn't necessarily require HR to get involved. And you don't want to escalate it.
Right.
Maybe.
But you do want to do something.
You do want to do something. So
it's
what
offensive.
you do is you already have that person in your contact, book or in your contact area on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you mark it down through Track and Ruin. And so now when that person posts to Facebook or Instagram, you can't like their stuff anymore because that has been taken away. So you might forget that you're mad at them.
Oh, so it reminds you not to like, or it just blocks.
It
It's
blocks
like blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they message you and you have a timer before you can message them back. So for example, hey, I really need this. Can you help me out? I'm locked out of my house.
Yeah.
You have my only extra key. You can't even message them back for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So Track and Ruin handles that. They call and leave a voicemail. It's deleted automatically, which may just be a good feature regardless, because who likes voicemail?
Well, how I feel about voicemail.
My understanding is that nobody likes voicemail.
Yep.
So that's the idea behind Track and Ruin. Your retribution is our business is a potential tagline for that one.
I got to tell you, I like the tagline.
Right. And I'm mostly about the taglines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like one of those old Van Damme movies or something like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's maximum retribution.
Yes.
On your phone.
Yes. I wonder if he could endorse that. Like,
I'm pretty sure we could get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. So Track and Ruin, what do you think about that in general? Now, obviously, being petty and passive-aggressive is something that we all do. So I feel like there's a market there. You don't have to admit you have it on your phone. So I think people just download it regardless.
So let me tell you, this comes up a lot, right? So one of the things
being
that's
petty and passive-aggressive?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah, constantly.
Or conflict resolution.
No, that comes up not as much.
Yeah,
not as much.
Nobody likes that.
No, it's just this, I get to hear, I'm in this very fortunate position where I hear, maybe a few dozen really bad business ideas a week, And so, and
how many of those are your own?
Oh, the ones just in my own head
that's a lot.
That doesn't even count those.
Yeah.
Those happen all the time. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And most of them start with, I have this app or this idea for an app that does some kind of thing. What I like about this particularly bad idea is it starts with a problem, that you're trying to solve. And this is really where we try to direct people with their ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to think about is, on understanding this group of users, this passive aggressive group of people,
which, as far as I know, are all people.
it seems like that encompasses a lot of people, right? And then
it's a big target demographic for this show.
We
like
want
a lot of listeners,
a lot of
passive aggressive.
Yeah, I think people listen to college radio are definitely passive aggressive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So just in general, which is great because that means we have a channel to reach them. So we've actually knocked out two things. We know that most of our users are potentially passive aggressive.
Yep.
And
there's a need. It's solving.
There's a need. And now the question is, are they underserved? And we know how to reach them. But are they underserved? Like how
that's a good point.
Yeah, because the question you always have to ask yourself is, okay, how are they expressing or not their passive aggressive ways now?
I would imagine through emojis and bitmojis.
But if they've had this specific pain where they've forgot, right? Because that's, to me, is the pain point. Is like, I'm almost I don't want to be actively passive aggressive because then I'd just be actively aggressive, or otherwise known as just being aggressive.
Right.
Yeah. And that takes all the joy
out of it.
And requires me to do something.
It's exhausting.
It is. So that's the hypothesis we have to test. Is it really exhausting, or do they derive energy?
Oh, some sort of angry energy from it.
Yeah. Is that churn something that really drives them? And we don't know enough about that. So I would want to
do some testing.
Yeah, I feel like so for our listeners that are out there today, for your listeners that are out there now, it would be great.
I like how you co-opted them for yourself. That was nice.
I kind of I see this as a collaborative effort.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think we'd love to hear from you, right? I mean, we want to know, but of course we won't because you're all super passive aggressive. But
right.
But
and we just accuse them of being passive aggressive, so they're going to be totally passive aggressive and not respond.
Yeah. So I think the key to this idea is more around the marketing and the outreach to people that are, already passive aggressive.
Yeah. So you see, what I like about this is you're the first person to come on this segment and say, well, maybe we need to test this a little bit more and see if there's some potential there.
Well, I'm a professor, dude.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You work. Let's go on to. So that was that one. I like it. I like doing test marketing. I like not test marketing, but testing to see if it really does require energy. Mm-hmm. I know to me it does feel like it's exhausting, but this is one of the important things about being entrepreneurial and trying new things is not to assume that just because you're going to want it, that everyone else is.
That's actually key, right? Because a lot of times some of our best ideas come from problems that we're trying to solve, right?
Yep.
For ourselves, right? And that can be great. That next question is exactly what you're saying is,
right.
Okay, but are other people like me? And if they are, who are those people? What are they like? Where do I find them?
Yeah. Because I know as much as my mom tells me I'm a unique snowflake and, all of those things.
I think you are.
Okay, so maybe I am. Maybe I am. But maybe that means I'm the only one.